What up, YouTuberverse? Your boy TIM, aka Tim Diggitty. Today I'm gonna be showing you a little dish that we make. My dad showed me, my mom reinforced me knowing how to do it. It's a corned beef brisket with some string beans, a little bit of rice vinegar, some sugar to your taste, salt and pepper. All right. So today, don't call me Tim Diggitty, call me Chef Diggitty. All right. I'll be right back. Here we go. So. Corned beef brisket, right? Got rice vinegar, two different kinds. Got a natural and a seasoned. So when you know, whatever, waste not, want not. So I'm gonna use that little bit in there, and then if I need to, I'll move over to the seasoned rice vinegar. And then there, of course, we got the green beans, all right, or string beans, whatever you want to call them. Now, if you want to be lazy like I would love to be. You will buy these that are washed already. Oh, let me put that down, no danger. Washed already, as well as Frenched, because I'm gonna cut the tips off. Now also, I would have gotten 3 pounds at the most, but my wife went to the store, got this gigantic piece of corned beef, and 6 pounds, 3 2-pound bags of string beans or green beans, because of course she's not here, so who's gonna be cutting them? I mean, they're okay, they're already washed and prepped. So I just got to French them, which is cutting the tips off, which, or at least cutting them in half, because it looks like the tips are already off, but I still got it. Some of them are too long, so you cut them in half, right? So that's the part that's going to take a little bit as well, okay? So, yeah. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut the corned beef in half, since I got 6 pounds, and there's only 2 of us. But she says she's going to eat the stuff, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm going to cut this in half. Throw it in the pot, boil it. It should have a little seasoning packet in there, and if not, I'll throw some seasoning in there to your taste. Boil it, then I'll take it out and cut it into pieces, you know, small enough to throw in the pot and fry. But we'll get to that in a second, all right? All right, be right back. I'm back. So what I did was I took the corned beef, I took it out the pack, I rinsed it off, got all that nasty blood out off of it. I hate touching raw meat. I don't mind cooking, but I hate touching raw meat, okay? Chicken especially. Beef, any kind. Steak, I don't like it. Now, if I would have gone to the store, I would have picked a piece with a lot of less fat. Not a little less, a lot of less fat here on the top. But the best thing to do, my suggestion is to go ahead and boil it and cook it and then cut it off. It should be a lot easier. It's gonna be hot, but it should be a lot easier. So you can cut this in half, or you can do like I'm gonna do and cut it into 4s, all right, in the quarters, okay? Now don't cut your fingers, you know, which I don't have the sharpest knives. I need to get one I saw on television, but every time they send me an ad to buy it on sale, it's like $20 more than it was the last ad on sale. So anyway, so like I was saying, you know, cut it in half. Now, I mean, some of the fat is good because that's the flavor in the food, but you don't want the chewy meat. And this is what I was talking about when I was saying it came with the little seasoning packet. Sometimes it's on the pack on the bottom, or the clear side where you can see it. Sometimes it's behind the meat like it was in this case. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these in here, and I'm gonna drop them in the pot. And I got a big old pot of water going right now. So, all right, and we'll be back. So here we go. All right, I got a container for the string beans. So here's the string beans, and to cut French, you just cut on an angle down. See how there's like a little slit to it? I don't know why they call that Frenching, but that's what I was told, so that's what it's gonna be. So, you know, it's time consuming, so I'm gonna do that I'm gonna say all of these, we'll see how tired we get, and I'll be back then, all right? So this is what about 3.5 pounds of string beans cut looks like. So that's a bag and a half, and it's taking me about a half an hour. I still got another bag and a half to do. I got to get another container. All right, so here it is. 1, 2, 1, 2, string beans, cut, French dish. One thing I forgot to mention was you do need some olive oil. I use extra virgin olive oil, and that's what I actually fry the meat in, as well as it becomes the gravy, because the string beans absorb it as well. I mean, it don't look like much when it's done, but I have yet for someone to complain that they did not like it, other than that they need a little more seasoning, because I'm not heavy on the seasoning. All right, so I'm waiting on the meat to finish, and then we'll pick up from there. All right then. All right, folks, dealing with this corned beef brisket. I took it out. You know, you're not really cooking. You're heating it up because you're gonna fry it in that oil a little bit. You're gonna saute it or whatever the heck it's called. You're gonna do that. But I had to, switch up here. You know, it's getting hot up in here. So take off all your clothes. Wait. Okay. Anyway, I'm back. But you know, as usual, when you heat some meat, it shrinks, right? Heat on the meat. Anyway, we put the heat on the meat. It shrink. All right, well, anyway, that's got to cool off because I already got enough bruises. I don't need any burns, and I'll be back. So I came back, trim some of this extra non-meat off, aka fat, right? And if you're gonna use a crazy looking knife like this, don't be like me and use the wrong end. Use the sharp edge to try and cut. I mean, it's not the best knife to begin with. You know, like, look at that. I need one of those Ginzu Jimmy Jam joints made in over there by hand sword Jimmy Jams. Anyway, I'm gonna cut these pieces all up into little pieces. Then we're gonna get the oil going in the pan, and we'll drop it in. All right. So, all right, I'll be back in a little bit. Yo, I don't know who pulling my shirt tight like that. Yo. All right, here we go. Here's what I got. I got these two. And then I got these two bowls of meat and stuff. And I'm tired and I got backache. Standing up all this time, bending over. You know? So what I'm gonna do is let me get my pan here. So, and it's hot. I shouldn't be carrying it, but yeah. So I put some olive oil in there, and I'm heating it up. So it's warm enough. It's probably a little too hot for what I'm about to do, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Now this part here, you got to be careful, okay? Let me pop it up a little bit and turn you a little bit so that you catch the stove. In case I get set on fire, you guys know it was all for a good cause, sort of, I guess. I don't know. All right, so what you want to do, and you might not be able to see it, is take some of this meat, drop it in there. So it's warm, but it ain't, spark up hot, but it's hot enough to fry it. So, man, so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and pick up that piece of meat that flew right there on my stove and drop it in there too. And I'm gonna spread it out. Wait, you almost caught me putting my finger in hot oil, and y'all didn't say nothing. You know what kind of stuff is that? So spread it out. There you go. Spread the meat out. Now remember, that's only one. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the other one and do the same thing, and we'll be right back. Okie dokie. All right, so I decided to walk you guys over here and let you see a little bit of my masterpiece underway. See? So it's in there, right? Now at this point, I could season it some more, but I did like boil the meat and with a packet of seasoning in it. But I will add a little bit to it in a little bit. Now this is the corned beef with a shit ton of olive oil. Now it looks like a lot of oil, and it is. So it's an oily dish, but yum 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 when it's done. Once I start adding that rice oil, get this thing of sugar right here. My salt and my pepper. I might do my little secret ingredient right there. Yeah. So there it is. All right, be back. Reposition the cameras and stuff, you know. Here we go. A little bit of stirring, a lot of bit of stirring. You know, Chef Diggity. Don't forget, Chef Diggity. You know, letting y'all in on my little secret that I didn't make, but it's mine. Shut up. Okay. So like I was saying, a little salt, a little pepper. Now, at this point, it's personal to you how you want to season. You know, some people season the meat. What is this? I have my glasses on. This is pepper. You can really never have too much pepper and stuff. That's what they say, right? I don't know. You know, I'm not Gordon R guy. A little bit of salt. You know, I said I got a secret ingredient. You know, let me reach over here for it. Secret ingredient. I can't show y'all again. You know, I can't show y'all. All right. Yeah, I might be heavy on the seasoning sometimes, but I'm not heavy on the seasoning like I said before. You know, that's why some people be like, oh, I need more seasoning. So, you know, I try to keep it between medium and low on the fire. You know, because this is where you actually cook the corned beef brisket. Now, people who know me, you know, they know I burn. I like all my meat burnt, you know, but I try not to do that when I'm cooking and others may eat. I try not to. I'm not saying it's always the case, but I try. You know, so there it is. All right, well, we'll be back. Let's cook for a little bit before I add them string beans. So I went ahead and put one container of the string beans in the pot. Now, here's the other container. Now, the thing is I was going to use 2 pans, but it looks like a lot. But when it cooks down, because you keep stirring it and stirring it, and the string beans shrink and they cook down. So what I'm going to actually do anyway is I'm going to continue to pile them. Let me sit this down. But I'm going to continue to pile on these string beans until they're, you know, way at the top. I mean, 6 pounds though. Good mugger. I normally don't cook more than 3. You know? But you know what they say, happy wife, happy life. Yeah. She bought 6 pounds, so guess what I'm cooking? 6 pounds. So I'll put the lid on there. Keep it on almost medium, low almost medium, whatever that is. Let it cook. Stir it, you know, every now and again, stir it. Because I got to get the meat off the bottom, so, you know. So, what you could also do is put some in, stir the meat off the bottom, put some in, you know, layer it like that. Which I didn't do, but, you know, different strokes for different folks, right? All right, so I'll be back. Folks, don't forget to stir. Don't forget to stir. You burn the bottom. Been there, done that. Got a t-shirt from it. Or at least got stains on the t-shirt. Well, I don't know what I got. I got something. But don't forget to stir. When in doubt, salute. Alright. Alright. Stir. Remember that. Notice how the pile is coming down. You know, the string beans are starting to cook, so they're getting soft. So, you know, but now I'm going to start adding the vinegar. You know, the rice vinegar. And you're going to smell it. You know, again, you know, I use a lot. You can smell the vinegar. You know, in chemistry, they tell you to waft it. Waft the smell or something like that. But there it is. So I'm going to let it cook some more. Put the lid on. And then I still got to put the rest of these, what's left of the 6 pounds of doggone string beans. And then, but I'm going to let these cook down a little more. All right, be back. All right, the time again. So go ahead and stir. Go ahead and stir. Notice how it's coming down, right? It's coming down. So I made a command decision. And I'm not going to put the rest of those string beans in here. I'm going to go with what I got. Having too much meat isn't a bad deal because that's where your flavor really come in. So, alright, so now you're gonna add some sugar, right? And the sugar just, you know, it makes it a little sweet, give it a little sweet taste, and it helps with the vinegar, because you know, vinegar can be a little bitter. So, again, it's a preference thing, how much or how little. So, I'm gonna put the lid back on, let it cook down a little more. I mean, it takes a little bit to cook. I'm hungry, it's 8 o'clock. After 8 actually. So, or 8 on the dot, I don't know. Either way, dub bears. Be right back. We'll be back in a bit. Alright folks, so this is just about done, right? See how it's come down a lot a bit? So the way you know whether or not it's done, because the meat's already cooked. You just want to make sure the string beans aren't too hard. You know, once they're soft, you're good to go. So what I am going to do right now, as I let it cook down a little more, put the lid back on here, and I'm going to go ahead and put on the rice that I forgot to put on messing around with y'all. So we eat ours with white rice. I mean, it's up to you how you do what you do. But there it is. So the last video will be when the rice is done and I'm about to eat it. Alright then. Alright folks, so you know I use the Instant Pot for my rice, because you know I put X amount of cups in there, and me personally I do 1 extra cup over however many I put in there, because I like the little, you know, a little gooey, like when you get it from the Chinese restaurant. And then technology just says to hit rice and wait. Alright, so there it is, there it is, there it is. There's my plate. You know, a little bit of string beans, a lot of bit of rice. That's pretty much it. So, you know, I still got it in here simmering, you know, keep it hot. Let the string beans come down a little more, you know. But, easy day. Alright y'all, so that's corned beef, brisket, string beans, rice vinegar, sugar, extra virgin olive oil, whatever your seasoning is. Peace. Enjoy. Oh, like, subscribe, comment.